All right, so welcome everybody. Maybe we're gonna get started. We wanted to have a conversation about ChatGPT and some other useful things that you guys can do. And we're also going to follow up a little bit with our conversation last week about newsletters and how you can utilize some of these AI technology to help you create your newsletters. So that's kind of everything we're going to be discussing today. So first, I wanted to share with you this Inman article. So as a member of the WRA, you all actually have a free subscription to Inman. All you need to do is, and I'll show you, if you go to your WRA.org. My internet's working at light speed this morning. Okay. So I think it's under products. I might have to find it again. You know what? Let's just do a search. We search for Inman. So there's this Inman subscription page you can go to. When you log into WRA, then it'll allow you to have access to Inman, and you can also say that you want Inman articles to be emailed to you, and you can sign up for those emails. But in order to read Inman articles, you do have to be signed in, and it's through your WRA access. Okay, so I highly recommend that because sometimes they publish things that are very, very useful. So probably last week sometime, they posted this article, which is 40 game-changing ChatGPT prompts every agent should use. And there's a video that goes along with it that you can watch as well. But we're just going to go through some of these things, and then I'm going to show you how you can enter them into ChatGPT and what that looks like and what ChatGPT basically creates for you. So there's different sections in here. The first one they have is all about client attraction, right? So 5 reasons people love moving from Arizona to Milwaukee, right? Like what's attracting clients to your area. 7 reasons why buying a home is smarter than renting in Milwaukee. Things like that. So there's prompts here to help you get engagement from potential clients. Then the next section they have here is help with social media optimization. So I don't know about you, but I'm terrible with sitting down and creating a Facebook post, and then I stop and I go, I don't know what to write. Like, what do I say? What's going to get engagement? What are people actually going to look at and read and click on? And, I want people to be engaging on my social. I just have no idea what to say. So you can take these prompts here, right? Give me a Facebook optimized post about X, Y, and Z, right? Give me an Instagram optimized post, including hashtags about this topic. And then it'll write you basically your entire social post for you.
I like too that some of those are specific for writing for your profile as well, like an SEO optimized Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn profile. So those are all like when you're first configuring like your Facebook business page or in your Instagram account, you have that area like at the top where you have a little short description. So that's an option for you to go in and just say, okay, what's the best way to write this profile? So ChatGPT will do the same thing, which is really convenient.
And what you can do is you can take like your existing, maybe you already have an existing profile or something written out, maybe on your website or on your social media pages, and you can just copy and paste that and say, optimize this for Facebook, paste. And then let ChatGPT basically rewrite what you've written. It helps you answer the tough questions. So 5 reasons a potential home buyer should consider buying a home. Right now, it's a smart time to buy, even though prices have gone up. So some of those questions and objections that you might be getting, you can put those objections into ChatGPT, and it'll give you some objection handlers, which then you can use for your social media posts. Okay. And then you can use it for your listing presentations. So basically your MLS descriptions, you can write out what you want your MLS description, like what you think is good. And then you put it into Chat GPT and you say, optimize this for Facebook, paste your MLS description, and then Chat GPT will rewrite it. And I'll show you what all this looks like in Chat GPT. And it'll rewrite it for you in a way that's optimized. That is, it's to get people to engage with it, right? Like you want people to actually read your post. You want them to hit the like button. You want them to leave a comment and you want them to share it. That's what you're trying to gain from Chat GPT, is that optimization of them actually responding to your posts. It can help you generate ideas on how to grow your business. So one of the ones I'm going to show you is give me 20 ways a real estate agent can grow my social media connections. Actually, I like this one too under past clients. Give me 20 ideas on how I can show appreciation for my past clients or referral partners, right? So when you're sitting there and you're like, man, I know I need to beef up my 36 touch. I know I need to do more to this people in my database. I just don't know what to do. You can just go ask ChatGPT for 20 ideas and it'll just give you a list, right? And then you just got to do it. Telling your community story. This is also really cool. Like, what are 5 things that people don't know about my city? And it'll tell you, and then you can make that into a post. So you start to think about like, how can you become more of that local expert using some of these prompts in ChatGPT. So I wanted to show you this article. Highly recommend you sign up for Inman through your WRA, and then you come in here and find this article. You can search for it in Inman and bookmark it or print it or whatever you got to do, because this is how you start to utilize the system to be more tactical in your writing. Okay. So ChatGPT is from a company called OpenAI. So if you just look at openai.com, you can come here to this ChatGPT, and then you can click on this Try ChatGPT. It's going to make you create an account. This is free. I'm just using the free version of it. There is an upgraded version that you can pay for. It's a couple of bucks a month or something like that. But for now, you just use the free version. It will do a couple of different prompts to make sure that you are not a bot yourself. So I think there was like 3 times I had to go through the I'm not AI myself test, shall we say, in order to get this account created. But when you come in, basically your ChatGPT looks like this. And it tells you exactly what it can and cannot do, some of its limitations, but then also some of its capabilities. And then it tells you just send a message. So this is where you're going to write in one of those prompts that are on that article, or you can just think of something yourself. It'll save your chats over here on the left-hand side. So you can always go back to, oh, what did ChatGPT say about Milwaukee's hidden gems? And you can go and reread it again or copy and paste it, okay? One thing I used it for in my role is I asked ChatGPT, what's the #1 problem facing top producing real estate agents today? And it told me all of the issues. And so now I can create trainings around this for you guys, right? I said, make me a training plan for real estate agents based upon those most important issues. And it gave me topics and how to teach it, which I think is pretty cool. So look for some of that stuff coming up. But getting back to some of those Inman suggestions that we saw, this first one I did was the 7 reasons selling your home in Milwaukee during the summer can be opportunistic, right? We're in the summer months. I want to post something on my Facebook page that's really about, why you should sell your house and why it's a good time to sell. I also mentioned that I want to optimize for Facebook because each platform has a little bit of tweaks that you got to do. So here is my Facebook post talking about the 7 reasons why you should sell this summer. Now, do you make this all into one post? Do you split it up into multiple posts? I'll let you guys determine that, right? You could make 7 different posts and just say, this is my series of why you should sell this summer. Number one, this, and then the next day you post number two, right? So you can kind of use some of this and break it out into smaller sections for posts, or you can do it all in one post as well. And then I said, hey, wait a minute, let's convert this to an Instagram post, and I want hashtags included as well. So then it took all that same thing, but you'll notice it's a lot less wordy because Instagram doesn't like words, it likes pictures, right? So this is a little bit less wordy for Instagram. And then it has a couple of different hashtags throughout the post. Then the next one I did, based on those prompts, was, okay, so now I have a listing, I have an MLS description. Here's what I wrote, thinking that this was going to be, this is what I want to say in my MLS description. Now I want you to convert this into a Facebook post for me, right? Because sometimes we're so limited by the characters of the MLS description that we don't necessarily get everything we want said in there. So here's my Facebook post. So I just said, convert this description into a optimized Facebook post, and then I posted it or pasted it. And then that's what it did. So it took everything I wrote, broke out the words. So instead of, my shorthand up here with see, it's a W with a slash, it takes all that out and makes it the full word with. Does that make sense? So it's converting what I have to create based upon our character limits in MLS and actually making it into a nice description that kind of flows a little bit better. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. I'm just going to throw this warning out to you. Please don't just blindly copy and paste what ChatGPT creates. You have to read through it, maybe multiple times before you do it. We have to be very cognizant of fair housing, and ChatGPT might cross that line sometimes. So I just want you to make sure that you're reading through anything that ChatGPT comes up with that fair housing lens on, and you're editing it as you need to edit it before you post it. Okay, that's just a warning to everybody. Make sure you please do read through your ChatGPT post. And then you'll also notice it just copied this one sentence out of my MLS because it probably looked at this and said, I don't know what this means, right? So I might want to go in and say more details about the roof and the HVAC and the water heater being replaced. Does that make sense? So really make sure you're reading through these before you just blindly copy and paste it over. Okay. And then I said, thanks for the Facebook post, but now optimize it for Instagram and add some hashtags. And so that's exactly what it did. But again, it took that one sentence that it can't read because it doesn't know what it says, and it just pasted it in there. So I want to eliminate that or write something different. And then there's all the hashtags that it came up with. The next one I did was the how to love on my people. So give me 20 ideas on how a real estate agent can show her appreciation for past clients or referral partners. Here are the 20 ideas it came up with. Wow. Arrange a free home staging consultation for past clients. Share a personalized video message. Organize a charity event. Create a customized welcome home package for clients who recently moved into their new homes. Send a yearly calendar with important dates and personalized messages. Guys, you can create these on Canva, or you can create them on Vistaprint and print off personalized calendars, or mail them personalized calendars. Free real estate consultation. All right, we all kind of do that. So here's some ideas. Pick one. That's your next quarter's project for your database. That's your next nice touch for your database, is one of these 20 things. Then the next post I made was, give me a Facebook post with 5 things people don't know about Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay. Whoa. Discover the hidden gems of Milwaukee. Did you know there's more to Milwaukee than meets the eye? What? City of festivals. If you're new to Milwaukee, you don't know about all of the festivals that take place, right? Like there is a ton out there. So highlight that, especially because we're in the middle of festival season, right? Opening day of Summerfest. We're the brew city, right? Architectural marvels, you know, tell them some of the great architectural buildings that they can go and look at. The lakefront, right? We're the middle coast, right? And then culinary delights. We have great restaurants in Milwaukee, and share that with your people, right? So this is something that fun that you can do to kind of make you more of that neighborhood expert. And then the last thing I had ChatGPT too, which wasn't on that Inman article, but I know people are using it for this, is basically draft me that golden letter. Draft me a letter to homeowners to get them to sell their home. So here's your letter. Now, is it wordy? Maybe too much. You might want to edit it down a little bit. Maybe it's not what you're going for, right? So I think this one comes off a little salesy in my opinion, as I just kind of quickly read through it. You know, here's how selling your home with me is going to be really great. Might not do it. So you can say something like, edit this to show that I have a potential buyer in their area and make it sound more, make it sound less salesy. So it rewrote it for me. Let's, you know, it took out some of the like real hard sales things, like here's why selling your home to our clients might be a rewarding choice. Instead of that, it changed that sentence to allow me to highlight a few reasons why this opportunity might be mutually beneficial. You see the language difference that it subtly did to kind of make it just a little less harsh, a little less salesy, right? And then if this isn't still not what you're looking for, give it another prompt to generate a different response from it, or have it change some other information, right? The potential buyer I represent is generally interested in your property, right? Versus our clients are financially well positioned and ready to make attractive offers, right? You can start to see the subtle difference that it made in its language. So that's one of the really cool things about ChatGPT, I think, is that you try it first, you know, try one of the prompts. And then if you don't like what it says, tell it to rewrite it, but then tell it like how you want it rewritten. Make it less salesy, make it more caring, right? Use more simple language. Sometimes it, you know, gets too high in the vocabulary spectrum. Tell it to, you know, use a little bit more simplified language, and it'll do that. So, any questions on ChatGPT?
This is a huge time saver. I mean, I can see how powerful this is.
Yeah. And Lindsey, I know that you're using some AI and things that you're creating, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been really helpful when coming up with some verbiage for the backs of the postcards for like the Milwaukee summer festivals, for the farmers markets, just kind of beefing up that content a little bit more. And I think I'm going to start using this even more for creating some more specialized smart plans, and implementing that into Command. So stay tuned for that. But, you know, I think Kathleen touched on, you know, utilizing this for social media and creating those social media posts, and the fact that you can say, you know, I want a Facebook and SEO optimized Facebook post and SEO optimized Instagram post. And so the AI, it then knows, okay, like if it's a Facebook post, we're going to word it this way. If it's Instagram, we're going to word it this way, add some more emojis, add some hashtags. But you can also utilize this and create more of an article based, you know, content for, like, let's say a newsletter, if you're emailing this out to your database. And that's what Annie Jerzik did. And so she didn't use Chat GPT. There's actually some other AI powered companies out there that use kind of the same thing and do the same thing. So I wanted to have Annie on here and kind of walk through her process of how she had, I think it's called Google Bard, right, Annie?
Correct.
Yeah. So she had Google Bard write her an article for her last newsletter that she sent out. And last week I went through how to create the newsletter in Command. And I had mentioned that article that she had written from AI. So Annie, if you want to just kind of walk us through how you created that, and I can always make you a co-host if you want to share your screen, but go ahead and take it away.
Sure. Hi, everyone. For some reason, I like, and it's Bard Google, bard.google.com. I don't know why, but I like that one better than Chat. And so it's the same thing though. And like one of the things that for my last newsletter, I did points that I know for home inspections. And I just put those points in there and I said, give me a 250 word article. And it came up with the article. And I can't, Kathleen said this, but I can't stress enough to read the dang article that they send you. Make sure you don't go, woo, this is good, because I don't know where they get their stuff, but I'm working on my article. I do 2 newsletters a month. I try. And one newsletter, all of you should be signed up for in MLS to get the housing stats. They have a place where you can sign up. And Kathleen, you know where to talk with Kathleen or Lindsey about exactly where. But once a month, you get mid-month, you get the previous month's sales data and up to date where the numbers are. And so then I take that and create an article on that, some type of article. For instance, I will take the top 8 home destinations, homes, or cities, sorry, Mequon, Whitefish Bay, Menominee Falls, just in our area, and put what the medium sales price is. And I just put that information in Google Bard, and it comes up with a 250 word article, and it comes up with that. This morning, yesterday, WRA came out with an email that everyone should have gotten because you're part of WRA. And the article was exclusive Wisconsin housing stats for May 2023. It's good to me. It's good to write articles about how, trying to figure out what do homeowners want and what do they really care about. But you also want to be the authority on the housing market, on what's going on. And so I use the data for this. Can I share my screen for just a minute?
You should be able to, Annie. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So are you seeing this is the May WRA housing report?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, we all got this. Now this is on the entire state, which is also good. You don't always have to write about your localized area. And so I copy and pasted all of this information. And then I threw it into Google Bard. Are you seeing my Google Bard sheet now? Okay.
Yes.
And so I put 500 word article, and then I just copy and pasted all of those points that WRA made. And it was like, sure, here's a 500 word article. Now, I hated this. Wisconsin housing market remains hot, but signs of cooling are emerging. Really see that signs of cooling are emerging yet. I mean, it's not going at such a crazy pace, but then it just took all of those points and it made an article about it. And so I will now go through, pick this apart a little bit, and I will say, here's the housing stats for our entire state. And that shows that you're an authority on what's going on in the housing market.
Mhm.
And then I usually throw this, you can't, one of the things that's weird, you cannot, like, I can't change this here. I have to copy and paste. Once I have it adjusted how I wanted, but I know I have to edit it, I have to copy and paste it and put it in Word or put it in Canva. I like putting it in Canva docs because I create my newsletters, each part in Canva. And especially if there's a picture with it, or whatever is easiest, whatever you're more comfortable editing. And then once you have it edited, then I throw it in Command.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's great. So Annie, is the website just bard.google.com? And then
Yes.
did you have to create an account or anything like that?
I think I had to sign in. I use Google Chrome all the time. So, you know, it knows me, Google products know me, and
Yeah.
I don't know. And again, everyone, I just find it easier. I mean, it's scary how we never really heard about any of this 6 months ago. Tinklings of it, you know, oh, that's interesting. It's kind of like we never heard of COVID and we looked at people in Asia wearing masks, but pre-COVID, and we're like, oh, that'll never happen. And then bam, it happened. And that's how I kind of feel like AI is here. And it's pervasive, it's everywhere. So we just we have to get on the train and use it, but be careful that you're not spreading misinformation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Annie and Kathleen said, definitely, you know, just don't copy and paste it and don't look through the article, look through the post. Make sure that you're doing that glance over and making sure that everything is compliant, especially with fair housing. And you know, you're also the expert. So if it's pulling in, you know, information that you don't think is accurate, like, you know, make sure to double check that and, you know, ensure that it is, you know, accurate information. And because you're the one putting it out there, whether it's on social media, your newsletter. So, but this will definitely give you a really great starting point. I mean, everyone has, you know, difficulty with coming up with content and just providing, you know, some additional information. So these tools are really meant to help you with providing some really great information to your clients and your consumers. So
I
no,
do
that's
love, you know, I will give me 10 ideas of newsletter topics for the month of June.
Mhm.
And it gives it to you. And then you can expand on there. And so that's kind of the fun of it is, you know, in 10th grade, I had a horrible teacher that I thought I was a good writer until then. And he redlined every part of my paper. And since then, I have got a block that I am not a good writer. And so this has really freed up so much that I know that my stuff is so much better. By even just putting a finalized article. I have a listing that goes live on Friday. I put my listing description in there. And then from there, I did the Facebook post, the Instagram post, and it's awesome. I mean, it's really an amazing tool that we have that's right now free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's free. Both of these are free. So just a little note, I did try going into Google Bard just now, logged into my KW account. You may have to switch over to a personal Google account in order to access it and like agree to the terms. So just keep that in mind if you want to look into Google Bard instead of ChatGPT. But even just try out both of them. I think I'm going to play around with both and just see which one I like better. But yeah, there's a ton of different platforms out there, but these are just two of them. So anything else to comment on, Annie, or anything else?
You know, one of the things that I did is I had a subscription to Keeping Current Matters. Because that was where I was getting my articles before for the last couple of years. And that is $29 a month. And so a suggestion is Google Keeping Current Matters, sign up for it, but I mean, don't sign up for it, but be put on the mailing list. daily you get emails with the prompt and the first paragraph of what they're writing. And so you take that prompt, if you think that article is relevant to your clients, you take that headline and that first paragraph and you throw it into Google Bard and let them rewrite the article. And therefore you're using it, but Bard is helping with it. So I know it's gonna be all illegal, but
Save $30 a month.
right,
That's a good idea.
right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think a handful of people are using our subscribe to Keeping Current Matters, and this is just another way to save money. I mean, you don't have to rely on some of those companies anymore, and you can write it yourself.
Right. I'm down to the only subscriptions that I really have that are marketing wise is Canva. I mean, Canva Pro is so well worth your money to me. I mean, just being able to get unlimited pictures. Canva Pro, or it has its own Google Bard. I mean, its own AI platform in a doc, and I've used that and it's great. And so it's, to me, that one is well worth the money. The rest of them I've let go, everything.
Yeah. And I think Canva Pro is $10 a month, $12 a month.
I don't know, it's like $110 a year. I think I pay it yearly because it's cheaper by the year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great resource. If you have Canva Pro, you can utilize a lot of the stock images are free. You don't have to worry about pulling in an image, and it's copyrighted with Canva Pro. Those are all going to be free stock images that you can pull into the content that you're creating. I'm going to throw in another website for downloading stock images, free stock images. If you've come to trainings before, I've probably mentioned it, but unsplash.com is a really great resource. Again, that's unsplash.com. I just threw it in the chat. That is a great resource if you're looking for stock images, free stock images. You just you look through the photos, you click on download, it downloads right to your computer. So if you're looking for, kitchen photos, interior design photos, some Milwaukee photos as well. So those are all in there. It's a great resource for photos. So the last couple of kind of useful apps that we're going to cover today are specifically targeted towards social media. And so we did a social media workshop last month. I know Willis and I did one in the North Shore office. Kathleen did one in the Lake Country office. But Willis had a couple of social media apps that he uses specifically for editing videos that are really helpful. So if you are interested in, doing a little bit more video in your social media, these were some useful ones. And I think Willis was going to try and hop on here. So I think he's on, but he's kind of multitasking right now. But he shared some slides with me that I'm going to share with you all right now. So let me share my screen really quick, and I'm going to go through those. All right, 1 second. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Can you send these out as well?
What was that?
Can you send these out as well?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Willis put these slides together for me. So these are geared specifically towards editing for any videos that you post on social media. So the first one is called InShot. So it's great for, editing videos 1080 to 4K. Honestly, I don't know what that means, but if anyone has more questions on some of these, reach out to Willis. He's happy to kind of go through these in a little bit more detail. And we can always put together another workshop, another in-person workshop where we go through just maybe some video editing tools for social media. but the audio importing for flawless background audio. So you can include a lot of like overlays of like different audio to your videos. You can do filters, you can do VFX layovers. It's his go-to for putting together a video in under 8 minutes for your stories or your reels. And so if you want to scan that QR code, that'll take you to download that app. So again, it's called InShot. And then here's just a quick video kind of example of something that was created in InShot. So let me go in here. I'll play this quick. You'll see you have all of those editing tools in here, so you can snip things, you can add text, you can add audio. So it's just a really helpful, useful app that you can utilize and put together some photos and videos and make it all one really cool, complex video for social media. And then the other one we've got, I click back. So the next one is called Mojo. So it's another video editing app. So you can add, you know, some of those finishing touches. It's got templates that you can utilize. There's animated text. It's one of the best. That's one of the best features in this app. You can also upload your logos and other graphics to really utilize your branding and to keep things consistent across your stories, your reels. So that's really helpful too, so that you can upload all of those things pertaining to your brand so that everything stays consistent for those videos that you're adding to social media. So again, the QR code is right here if you want to download that. And here's another video that Willis put together, and this is some of his own content.
Hey, Lindsey, I think some of the videos have sound. Okay.
What was that?
I was just making sure the sound played on these videos because I think they all have sound.
Oh yeah, is the sound not coming through?
The first one it didn't, but it sounds like it's coming through on this one. So
okay, got it. Sorry guys.
I think you.
So really quick, fun video that Willis put together. And so again, this one's called Mojo. Does anyone have any questions on those couple of apps? I'm just seeing if Willis is on here at all, but Willis, do you have anything to add? Are you on here? Oh, you're muted.
My computer's being so stupid. No, I was gonna say like the audio for me, it was always the best part because I think like audio always adds to the story you're trying to tell. And what I love about these two apps is that really InShot is like my number one go-to. Like it does photos, it does everything, and it's worth the subscription, which is very low. I think it's like $30 a year. Anytime I post a personal story, like it always goes through in-app because I would rather sync my own audio and have control over those things than to play with Instagram's tools. And, you know, if you want to put, you know, be hands-on like that. And then the second app, Mojo, is fabulous for it does everything. Like it has templates for like that video you just saw, you could turn it into a Instagram post and it will resize it and make it work for, you know, whatever you're going to upload it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and I like that you mentioned you can upload like your own logo and everything too, and making them super consistent. So thanks, Willis, for putting those together. That's really helpful. I know a couple of people who attended our workshop in May on social media. We were going through a couple of those when we were creating a reel. So again, if you guys have any questions on those two apps, feel free to reach out to myself or Willis if you have any questions on that.
Yeah, it seemed like the options on those apps are way more than like the editing options you get on Instagram to make a reel. So, you know, I would make sure you understand how to make a reel, like you've done it a couple of times and you feel really confident in it. And then see how you can kind of level up your videos by using these other apps that we've mentioned.
And I think I remember Willis mentioning that these apps will have more music capabilities than what's available in Instagram. So if you're looking for kind of expand on that, that's kind of like next level, like video editing is these couple of apps. So all right. Does anyone have any final questions? Because I think that's everything that we wanted to cover today. But I think, you know, the main point is, you know, start dabbling in AI. It'll really help you save some time and create some really robust content that you can send out to your database. And it's of value because, you know, at the end of the day, everything that you're putting out there needs to have value, whether it's on social media or a newsletter, or just in conversation with people. It's great to, you know, kind of have those tools and the technology where, you know, it's providing you with some really great content. All right. And it looks like Willis shared some more videos on there, so feel free to check those out. All
It's
right.
the same ones. It was
Oh,
just
it's the same ones. Okay.
because of the internet connection. It was like, I feel like that the videos were not working right.
Okay.
But you guys can totally reach out to me via email or, and you know, whatever, if you're in the office even, I'm happy to talk social in the apps I use, because I use like 100.
Well, thank you, Willis. Well, maybe we'll have a specific workshop just on some of those apps, and we can dive in a little bit deeper. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Again, any questions on any of the tools that we went through, just reach out to, you know, myself, Kathleen, Willis. Yeah, Tim, a workshop on how to be more like Willis. We'll put it on the training calendar. Right, Kathleen?
Yes, yes. We might have to charge for that one because I feel like it would be overflow room. So.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Enjoy your Thursday and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.